What we've been experiencing lately, and it's not something new, it's something that's been happening for many, many years, but there has been a spate recently, are businesses of all sizes, from the very small to larger scale businesses in Gibraltar, being the victims of what we like to call CEO fraud. That's basically where somebody within the company is being imitated. An email will be received by the company pretending to be a member of that company and asking for some funds to be sent somewhere. Now, a variation of that is also where somebody pretends to be one of your suppliers or a client asking for monies or a refund to be sent somewhere, and they'll give you a bank account. They'll be imitating the proper supplier, and then you'll send the funds that they're requesting to the fraudster's account.
What are the major warning signs that businesses should look out for, and how should they ward against this sort of scam?
There is one factor that comes across in many of these frauds, and it reoccurs on a regular basis, and that is the change of an account number. It is the biggest red flag that I think all businesses need to be aware of. You'll have situations where somebody will be, like I said, pretending to be somebody from that company or a supplier or a client, and then that person will ask for funds to be sent, and you may have sent funds to these people in the past. What will often happen, and the biggest red flag, is when that account changes. When that account number changes, companies need to be aware that that is when you need to put protocols in place to protect yourself from the losses. Because once you suffer these losses, and invariably, in virtually all the cases, the funds go out of Gibraltar, out of jurisdiction, they can become very hard to recover. One of the most important areas of this scam to protect yourself would be to have some human contact. We consider these to be cyber crimes because of the nature they're committed, but the prevention really is a human touch. If you do get an email or any kind of contact of that nature, pretending to, or believing to be from somebody, call that person back. Know your customer, know your supplier. You should have phone numbers for these people and have the human touch to phone them back to confirm that these emails did actually come from them. That pretty much is usually enough to prevent yourself becoming a victim of fraud.
What should people do if the scammers get past the first hurdle of security or even succeed? What recourses do they have if they have been successfully scammed?
Most important thing to do is contact their bank immediately. That's the number one priority. They may be able to put a recall on the transfer, not always, but that's your first position. Second position is contact the RGP as soon as you can, and the sooner the better. What if it takes too long? The situation can be that those funds can be removed from a bank account on the other side of the world in cash, often by somebody using a fraudulent identity, and we may never be able to find out who the real person opening that bank account on the other side of the world was. So it's all about speed and about time. They need to contact the bank first, us second, and do it as quickly as possible.